this bigger time frame for Tesla, we've really been focusing on the symmetrical wedge pattern that we've been looking at for a while. And a symmetrical wedge, for those of you who don't know off the top of your head, happens when we're making these resistances, so basically lower highs each and every single month. And then we're also making higher lows each and every single month, not making equal amounts because that would be a channel. Now we use these areas as resistance and these areas as supports into a fixed level. Now this fixed level is very important. It's called an apex. And an apex is important because this is normally where the break occurs, somewhere within this level. And we've also been talking about this volume profile for months now, talking about how there's no institutional volume from about 270 up to about 300. And if earnings was great, we had the catalyst to push us through that level, we could easily see Tesla push up to all-time highs. And we also subsequently said that there's no volume from 240 to 200. If we snap under this level, the chances of Tesla dropping down to $200 is significant. You can see as well, these red blocks right here, these are bearish order blocks. These are bearish institutional volume. And you can see that this was pushing us down as we have two bullish pushing us up, which is showing we're squeezing between these price levels. On top of that, if we make our TTM squeeze bigger, basically what this is going to do is show us when the Bollinger Bands are squeezing. So when the TTM is red, it means that a squeeze is engaged. Now this is very important because the longer that a squeeze is engaged, most of the time, the more violent and more volatile the release of the squeeze will be. Think of it like a big old nasty pimple, like a whitehead that has so much pus. Like if you squeeze that bad boy as hard as you can, all the pus, it's so gross, but when it eventually gets to the head of the pimple and it explodes, it's gonna go everywhere and it's gonna be nasty. But it's because there's so much pressure built up. So the longer the pressure builds, the longer that it will expand. And so from here, we've been squeezing, guys, for, basically since October 5th, which means that we should probably continue to release the squeeze down to about $200. And if we look on the weekly, $200 is also sitting where the 200 SMA is, which I do not think we will break below. And it's also sitting where the 50 SMA is, because if this crosses through, it's called a death cross, and I'm not trying to scare you, but that's just technically it's called a death cross when the 50 crosses through the 200, and on the weekly, it's a real bad sign. But I don't think that we're going to end up holding below or going below 200 unless we had like an absolute massive recession, which we could talk about in a different video. But the fact that this trend line is breaking basically since the bottom of January, and remember this, for those of you who are here every day with us because you're freaking G's and you take this seriously and you guys are here all the time, you know too, we were talking about this Fibonacci retracement level just the other day and about how we're still in a bearish trend, even though everyone thinks that we're uptrending now because we broke over this resistance level, we're still in a downtrend. We never took this swing high down to swing low out. So it's not until we would break over this fib level that we would be bullish. Now, I'm not kidding. Like, I really thought that we were going to run after earnings. And I've stated this in the channel for the past week or so, not because I thought that it was going to be so amazing. I've been worried about demand for a while now. We talked about that in the stream today. Also talked about that as well. If you guys want me to post some of these live streams that I do with the premium team afterwards, let me know and I will post a couple here on the channel if it's something that interests you. But we were talking about Cybertruck demand, etc., the price of Cybertruck, like all of these would be important. And I truly thought the bar was so low that there's no way we could see this drop. Luckily, I stuck a hedge in place, and it does seem like we're going to continue to move down. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is the potential bounce, right? We're under 240. We do have this support level here, but from a technical standpoint, this would not be a confirmation just yet of a break, because we would have to hold under like 235 tomorrow and hold under this level, which is very, very important. I'm going to go through, I'm just going to make this green so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. But what we would do is we want to make sure that we potentially bounce over this, and then we'll also see, which is a lot of manipulation that happens too. You'll see sometimes where it looks like we get a false breakout, but then we get slapped back down from this level. So we will still be watching this going into tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we push back up and test 240. I don't think that we're going to instantly drain down to 213, but I have my puts in place as of now, and we're just going to play with what the market gives us. If you guys want to trade alongside of me every single day, I usually give away our premium completely for free the first month, and I talk a lot about here, but unfortunately due to scammers and spammers, I have to start getting rid of that, because if there's no reason to put payment in, then anybody can make an account, anybody can scam, anyone can spam. So I did 24 hours, but I completely forgot to even talk about it yesterday. But if you want to trade alongside of me every day for one more day, 24 hours until tomorrow, just for you guys here, on the second link down below, you can get access to my premium group where you'll get access to our live streams with myself, our moderators. We stream 6 times a week. You'll get access to all of my trades, all of our trading bots, which you can see here. You'll get access to all of our unusual options flow and much more. It's $50 a month, but we give the first month away for free. It's only going to be for 24 more hours. So if you've ever been thinking about potentially joining, go check it out. Thanks for all the support. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.